Hey everyone, me Kevin here. We're back with another stimulus update because we actually have some updates here. First, I'm going to talk about two smaller updates, which are very important as well, but then we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, the fourth stimulus check. Okay, first, the $10,000, or actually the EV, the electric vehicle tax credit, there's talk now, as part of Biden's infrastructure plan, get increased from $7,500 to up to $10,000 of an electric vehicle tax credit. It's possible this will get bundled up together with Joe Biden's Cash for Clunkers plan. So we'll see, but that would be pretty juicy for the electric vehicle manufacturers, it would be my expectation. So that is possibly being talked about as a form of stimulus. Plus, for those of you on Social Security recipients who do not file taxes will now get their stimulus checks by April 7th. In fact, the Treasury Department just sent out this email. This came out just within the last couple minutes here. As work continues on issuing millions of economic impact payments to Americans, that would be everyone, right? Millions to Americans. Here we go. The IRS and Treasury Department announced today that they anticipate payments will begin to be issued this weekend to Social Security recipients and other federal beneficiaries who do not normally file a tax return, with the projection that the majority of these payments would be sent and received on April 7th. Okay, so they're going to start sending them this weekend, and they expect most of those to hit on April 7th. And notice they said on and not by. I was looking for that keyword by, and they said on. After receiving data from the SSA on Thursday, March 25th, the IRS began the multi-step process to review, validate, and test tens of millions of records to ensure eligibility and proper calculation, blah, blah, blah. Because the majority of these payments will be dispersed electronically through direct deposit and payments, using existing Direct Express cards, they would be received on the official payment date of April 7th. Okay, so there's that clarity. They are looking at April 7th as that official payment date. Okay, well, good to know. Now, we've got two letters about a potential proposed fourth stimulus check. Now, I don't want to get hopes up here because we have heard nothing about a fourth stimulus check from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And in my opinion, Joe Biden's in the driver's seat on this. And call me crazy, but I think it's got to come from Joe Biden for this to happen. Now, I would love for a fourth stimulus check to come, but right now, when Biden says we got to do the $1,400, gets it through. Hey, we're going to do a $1.9 trillion stimulus package, got it through. Now he says he's working on for passing in the fall a $3 to $4 trillion infrastructure plan. Now, could we incorporate stimulus checks into that? Yes, maybe. But I think it would have to come from Biden. And we'll see. Biden speaks tomorrow live to present half of his infrastructure plan. Yeah, half. I don't understand why they're delaying it. And they don't expect it to pass until the fall, which is crazy. But in theory, you could probably include stimulus checks into that. But again, I think it would have to come from Biden. So I will be covering Biden live tomorrow when he speaks to present the first half of the package. So make sure to come on by the channel tomorrow sometime in the AM and check the channel, and you can click the little remind button so that when Biden goes live, you'll be able to see that. All right, so but what we do have besides Biden is we do have 60 legislators by two different groups of congressmen and women who have sent letters to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris asking for a fourth stimulus check. The total group, these total 60 congressmen and women, do include 11 senators, including Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, and 53 other representatives, all led by Ilhan Omar. Now, Mrs. Omar's letter reads, quote, "We urge you to include recurring direct payments and automatic unemployment insurance extensions tied to economic conditions in your Build Back Better long-term economic plan." So this is, arguably people on the relative left, right? Bernie Sanders, Omar, Elizabeth Warren. I don't think anyone considers these three names moderate. This is not political to say they're on the left, okay? They're deep on the left, okay? This is really no surprise that they would be encouraging automatic recurring payments and automatic extensions of unemployment. There was talk that in the $1,400 check package, there would be automatic extensions for unemployment if unemployment was still at a high enough level. unemployment rate's still 7%, or I'm sorry, still 5% or 6%, whatever it is, in that time, then we still do a $300 boost or a $200 boost or a $100 boost or whatever. That never happened. It never actually came up in serious conversations. So I'm worried this could be a little bit clickbait, that people are going to get, we're going to get excited over these recurring direct payments. This has been something literally the left has been saying since the beginning of the pandemic. $2,000 a month, let's go. Emergency money for the People's Act. Folks, I used to be bullish on this stuff. I don't know, once bitten, twice shy, I'm just a little bit more skeptical. I'm going to pay attention to developments here, but it's got to come from Biden, folks. Furthermore, the letter says this crisis is far from over and families deserve certainty that they can put food on the table and keep a roof over their heads. Right? I mean, I don't disagree with that nobody should be starving, or homeless. She's also been proposing the Rent and Mortgage Cancellation Act, which would just cancel rent and mortgage collections for a year, and you wouldn't owe them back, which has been another good thing that she's been clamoring for a while and has not gone anywhere. Further, she says, it is clear that during this unprecedented time in our nation's history that we must take additional unprecedented action. Now, we can actually go a little bit deeper here, which, why not? Let's take a peek at this. There are several reasons to prioritize both recurring payments and enhanced unemployment insurance. First, these two forms of payment are effective together. Unemployment insurance has replaced lost income for millions who have lost jobs, but millions of others do not qualify for unemployment insurance after seeing their hours reduced, switch to a lower paying job, or temporarily leaving the workforce to care for family members during the pandemic. It's true, those people don't get unemployment payments. That's very true. Direct payments are crucial for supporting struggling families who aren't reached by the unemployment system. An Urban Institute study suggests that a single direct payment of $1,200 combined with an extension of enhanced unemployment insurance and other assistance could keep 12 million people out of poverty. And adding a second direct payment could keep an additional 6.3 million people above the poverty line. Second, data shows that direct payments and enhanced unemployment insurance are among the most effective forms of relief available. Not only do these payments keep families out of poverty, but they act as economic stimulus by increasing spending. This, by the way, is true. MasterCard is showing spending data is going through the roof. We're actually not seeing an increase in people buying stocks, in retail traders buying stocks, but we are seeing a substantial increase in people spending money on their credit cards. So let's see what else we have. When the CARES Act relief checks ran out, poverty rose and many families saw spiraling debt. Automatic stabilizers will give families certainty that more relief is coming, allowing them to make the best decisions on how to spend their relief payments as they receive them. Families shouldn't have to worry about whether they'll have enough money to pay for essentials in the months ahead as the country continues to fight a global pandemic. Almost 6 in 10 people say the $1,400 payments set to be included in the rescue package will last them less than 3 months. So 60% of people saying it'll last less than 3 months. Third, recurring direct payments have wide support from both the general public and economic experts. Polling shows 65% of Americans support recurring cash payments for the duration of the pandemic. The duration of the pandemic. Folks, we have been clamoring for this since last May. I would love to see this happen just to support the people who are struggling. I'm game. I know that's going to lead to, more inflation concerns. The stock market's going to have heart palpitations over this. But no, I get the call for it. I just don't think it's going to happen. This includes support from 54% of Republicans and 60% of independents. Economists support the idea too. More than 150 economists recently wrote an open letter supporting automatic stabilizers. My gosh, at the very least, we should have automatic stabilizers. That is true. The fact that we don't is kind of ridiculous. Warning against repeated mistakes of the Great Recession. This was really when the country didn't spend enough to get us out quickly enough, when an insufficient response led to unnecessary suffering, particularly among low-income workers. As you have said, now is the time for boldness as you prepare your Build Back Better plan for long-term recovery. Know that we are ready to work with you in support of recurring direct checks and extended unemployment insurance benefits to Americans who are still struggling during the pandemic. Boom! Mic frickin' drop right there. I mean, look, that's very, very powerful. Look, we can be bullish on it. Whether or not it'll happen, we'll see. A big question, too, is are we going to be able to use this second? Look, we have 9 opportunities over the next 2-ish years to use the budget reconciliation process, which means we can slam 9 bills through within the next 2 years by doing a 2021 budget broken into 3 pieces, a 2022 budget broken into 3 pieces, and a 23 budget broken into 3 pieces. However, we need the blessing of the Senate parliamentarian to do this, and Schumer is already asking for that blessing. So Democrats are gearing up to do, standalone bill. Well, I shouldn't say standalone bills. The Democrats are gearing up again to do their mega packages with 51 votes, much to the dismay of Republicans. Republicans are still trying to convert Joe Manchin to be Republican. It's probably not going to happen. But, recurring direct checks, it's exciting. It's interesting. I'm worried it's a little bit of political clickbait. I hate to say it, but I worry that. Mostly because, look, you're going to have people like Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema who were opposed. Like, they wanted to tighten restrictions on the $1,400 check. Think they're going to be open to recurring $1,400? I don't know. I'm not optimistic, but let's pay attention to it. And again, I think it's going to have to come from Biden. My thoughts, hopefully you found this update helpful. If you did, consider sharing the video. And folks, we'll see you in the next one.